What are the general benefits, welfare benefits and schemes given by employers? There are the pension schemes, now your sick pay mentioned by the different legislations, your maternity, to handle domestic problems, to handle retirement and redundancy, and annual leave. Now, everybody is entitled to an annual leave, and there are legislations all across the world to enforce this kind of holiday which all employees deserve. It can be based on the minimum number of days, or it's a group. Let's say those many years of service deserve a particular number of days as annual holiday. So these are the welfare benefits and services for employees. Now let's move on to a very crucial aspect of accidents at work. What is the total cost of accidents, how these accidents happen, and how it should be prevented. Now industrial accidents, the rates vary substantially by industry. Let's say for example in a construction industry, your accident rates are pretty higher because of the inherent nature of the jobs involved, and maybe due to the lack of training to the workers. Now it's mentioned in the research that small and large organizations have lower incident rates than medium-sized organizations. Why do small organizations tend to have lesser number of accidents? Because it's a close-knit group, you have better supervision and tight control. And why do large organizations have lesser number of accidents? Because sufficient training procedures and mechanism and state-of-the-art technology is involved. So who suffers the most are in the bracket of medium organizations, because they are neither here nor there, so accident rates tend to go up. Now it's also considered that accident proneness of individual workers. Certain workers are prone to accidents, so you need to identify this high risk category and give them sufficient training and sensitize them to the ill effects of accidents and what is the damage and the total cost of such damage for the employee and the organization. Working conditions and technology, this needs to be analyzed and improved on the part of the employer, and the high risk aspects of a particular job needs to be identified, and if it can be reduced by use of latest technology, it should be done. Now let's take a look at a workplace accident which could have been avoided if the particular individual involved here was a little more careful and more aware as to the possibilities of a workplace accident.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend, because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there, and they should never put the deep fryer so close.
That was a gruesome incident. What is the total cost of accident? Time lost by the injured employee, the chef, she cannot return to work for a particular period of time, so that's time lost for her. Time lost by other employees. You saw a person rushing, her colleague rushing to help her, so the time lost, so work is interrupted. Time lost by supervision, management and technical staff. Let's say everybody has to pitch in on that particular day for the incident, to take care, to rush her to a hospital and to give her the support and to save her life. So that's supervision time lost, management time lost and technical staff whose time is lost. Cost of disruption to operations. That was a restaurant scene wherein you might have orders placed, you need to satisfy customers, so they might just walk out if there is a serious incident. So what is the total cost of operations? Cost of compensation payments, she might have to be paid. So what is the total cost of compensation involved here for the employer? Now reduced output from the injured employee. Now as and when she returns to the job, she will obviously take time to return to her peak levels. So what is the cost of the reduced level of operations? And obviously morale is reduced for her, and she has to definitely take a break, so absenteeism is involved. Cost of recruiting and training a replacement. Till the time she is there, she might have been a very good chef, so you have to obviously replace her for a particular period of time. So what is the cost of replacing her and the cost of training? These are, let's say, the cost of accidents. Now moving on to accident prevention. As I mentioned earlier, you will have to develop appropriate safety awareness programs and campaigns and sensitize your workers and give them safety instructions as part of training. They should know that training is as important in their everyday job performance as their skill involved in executing the actual job. Minimizing specific hazards which might give potential risks in the actual job performance. building and equipment maintenance. It's not just that you incorporate and bring in your latest technology and machines. It is after you put them in the actual workplace, like maintaining them in the proper way. So actual maintenance plays a big role in preventing accidents. Safety inspections. Now prevention is always better than cure, so you will have to carry out regular safety inspections just to identify the risk elements and to minimize them. Compliance with legislation. So the statutory legislations always provides a common minimum platform below which your standards cannot drop down. So you will have to comply with those standards and go a level above so as to provide the best workplace and prevent accidents. Now how do you take care of the accident reporting process? Now accident report is a management tool designed to identify problems and indicate corrective actions. So the first and foremost is to identify the problems, what is the potential for any such accident at your workplace, and to indicate corrective actions. Major injuries, what are the possibilities of major injuries and what is the overall cost of such accidents for your workplace. Dangerous occurrences and near misses. It is not just an incident, but what could have happened. Now, a person might have tripped and you would have been caught by another employee from a serious fall. But what is the actual incident? You have to analyze the root cause of that incident. Is it a slippery floor, or was the employee not aware of the place where he was walking? What is that which was the actual cause of the accident? So, and near misses. Management should understand near misses are an opportunities like to prevent future accidents. Notifiable diseases. Like we said, handling certain types of materials might cause a long-term effect, so you have to identify those kinds of diseases or which are notified by legislations. You have to take care of this particular type of risk aspects, and this gives you the net effect of accident reporting. These are the overall benefits of accident reporting. Now what are the new approaches to welfare? Gone are the days when employers had to just do enough to manage and maintain the levels prescribed by the labor legislations. Now there is a shift, and there is a conscious shift in the approach, because there is a new model of welfare. It was a reactive model earlier. Now employers are taking a proactive approach, and it's a positive approach rather than thinking in terms of only cost, because if a worker undergoes an accident, so there is cost involved, that's a negative picture. Now employers are concentrating on the positive picture, the long-term effect of an employee's health. If he is good enough and he is totally aware of the training methods and safety campaigns, he will have a long life, and that gives you a positive picture. And employers are concentrating on the positive aspects of health of an employee. And holistic, employers are taking an overall view, the long-term effects, and as CSR program, they're taking a holistic view of the existence of the organization and what needs to be done to improve the health of the employee. And the efforts are wide-ranging. It's not just based on your workplace, but overall aspects of health of the worker, wherein efforts are taken to take new programs to his doorstep, wherein his mind, his body and spirit is taken care of by way of programs. Let's say yoga programs are being prescribed in many organizations to take care of the overall health.